3.
Hello to the people of Spring Lake, above all to the people of St. Catherine, St. Margaret's. It's your old friend, Father Martin Padovani, talking from Ridgefield, Ohio, which is on the western suburbs of Cleveland. I wanted to say a Merry Christmas to all of you, even though it's belated, and a Happy New Year. And hopefully the Lord will bless all of us as we move together in this new year. And I think one of the most important things we have to realize that we have to remember as Christians, we are the body and the people of Jesus Christ. We have to put aside the political aspect of whether we're Republicans or Democrats, as difficult as that may be, and see if we can't walk together. The most discouraging thing is in that split in the country, we are split as Christians and Catholics. And I think maybe if we look at this from that standpoint, maybe we can make something good that'll happen in the coming year together. As you know, our property in Bordentown was sold for $4 million. We could have gotten it twice or three times the amount of that. But our community had always felt back from the earliest days that if the property is going to be sold, it should be sold to the state so that they could preserve it and so that the historical aspect as the property of Joseph Bonaparte, the brother of the Bonaparte, and so that the people would be able to use it and utilize the beauty of all of this. It was a hard thing to say goodbye to that property after being there for 60 years and doing so much of my pastoral work there, my counseling, and so many other pastoral activities with the people. Many men passed through there over the years and have died and passed on. So it's a wonderful time at this point to be in Cleveland. I got here through the kindness of my two nieces, Angela and Maria, who came 3 times to help me pack and put things together. Do you imagine the amount of junk you collect in 60 years? They were wonderful, and it was wonderful to be home for the first time, first Christmas in all these years, because these little nieces and nephews have all become big nieces and nephews, and it was just wonderful to renew our relationship and to just listen to the many times I heard Uncle Marty, Uncle Marty, Uncle Marty. I can't forget about being their good uncle and the respect and love for me that they have for me and I for them. So the property was sold, but there was a battle in there because I had to try to see if I could possibly still stay in the Bordentown area. The provincial, who's the head of our community in the Chicago province, and the 6 men that are on the council with the provincial, they wanted me in retirement. They felt 89 years old, it's time to call it quits. But I still have a lot of energy left, and I still think I could have another year or two to do the work of the Lord. But we went back and forth on that, and eventually I was granted another year to stay here in the Bordentown area and continue my work. What really accomplished all this, I have to say, were the many letters that the people of Spring Lake especially wrote to the provincial and his council and asking me to be able to have another year. And so it happened, and I really owe an awful lot of credit to Mrs. Frasco, Laura Frasco, and her daughter Jessica, who motivated the many, many people to send letters to the provincial and his council. So in some way it had an effect because it didn't look too good for me in the beginning. So thank you very much for those letters and for your belief in me and for your wanting me to stay around, because I do want to stay around and continue to work with all of you as much as possible. And so pray for my good health. aspect here too of being able to stay here in another year. I'll be staying at the Clare Estate in Bordentown, which is the old monastery of the Poor Clares that they redid as a health facility. I'll be able to come and go from there, and my office will be only a few minutes away. And the mayor, former mayor of Bordentown, Jim Lynch, said that I could have a couple of rooms to be able to use for my counseling. He said, for all the work I've done in Bordentown in the area and for all the people I've helped, I at least deserve to be granted that privilege. So I want to thank him very much. I want to thank all of you for your support, your letters to the provincial and his council, for the Christmas notes, for the gifts that were sent that eventually got here with all the goodies in there. On behalf of myself and my family, I want to thank you very much for all your support. And hopefully we'll be seeing you in a few weeks in Bordentown and hopefully Spring Lake. Thanks for all your help, your support, and your prayers. And God bless you, and I love you, and I know you love me very much, and I'm grateful for all of that. Bye-bye.